miss the beat there. Lisa Bluter and the team and the performance that they had, they were so young last year. Who knew what was going to happen? And as the end of that season came about, you could just see them growing up before our eyes, and all of them under the leadership of Kashin Alexander coming back. And it's going to be another exciting season there. In men's basketball, Brand hit the ground running. I would argue already. They haven't won a game, but they haven't asked to win a game yet. But he put together an incredible staff. The combination of two Hawkeyes in Kirk Sperona and Ryan Bowen, the combination of two coaches that have significant head coaching experience. Again, Kirk has been a head coach for many years, Sherman, Dillard, in the number of years he's been a head coach, and then combined him with Andrew Francis. So very excited. I guess I don't go to primetime league, but many of you I talked to earlier, and you've been there. You tell me, you give me the thumbs up. You tell me they're looking good. Some of those freshmen that are coming in. We have a long way to go, but obviously a lot of enthusiasm. Again, the theme is enthusiasm in men's basketball. And then just going down the line. Men's golf, women's tennis, baseball, etc., 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 looking down this list. That enthusiasm is generated by you. It's generated by, as Dolph mentioned, one of the toughest economies we've been through in many years. And to see football season ticket sales, at the heightened peak. We were sold out of season football tickets in June. And as all of you know, there's very few tickets left. Aside from a couple of those early season games. So that's another credit to you. That's the enthusiasm that you generate. Contributions at the Honor Club. We did take a step backward like most businesses did, but you are starting to see it. We are starting to see it. We're all starting to feel it. Start to pull out of that. Hopefully a year from now, we'll be talking about it. Buying t-shirts, hats, whatever it is people are doing to support this program. We have the best fans in America. So you take the combination of great coaches, great staff members, and the expertise that they bring to the table, the passion they bring to the table. And I'll give you one example. Is Lane Anderson here today? Coach Anderson? He shouldn't be. He had a baby earlier this week. So congratulations, his wife, baby. Excuse me. They had a baby earlier this week. That wasn't the point of my story, so I'll keep going. The baby's wonderful. A son who's over 10 pounds. He was, almost as big as mom. But the point of my story, the passion that our staff have, his middle name is Bob. So he doesn't get it. We have great staff, great coaches. Some of them are here tonight. I didn't make the list. So what I'm going to do, those of our staff, I know Kurt's introduced the football staff, but the other members of our staff that are here tonight, can you please stand and let us thank you for all your work? So we have a great thing going, but one of the things, and I know Kirk and the assistants and Chris Below and his staff have drilled into the football team and the other sports as well. Enthusiasm is great. Expectations being at an all-time high are great, but it's not going to win us a single game or match or whatever the event might be. So one step at a time. We're going to take that enthusiasm and feed off it, but we're not going to assume that it's going to guarantee us anything. We're going to go out sport by sport, individual by individual, and represent the black and gold in a proud way. Just two other things that I'll mention. Some of you have been asking me about Big Ten expansion. Obviously, that was an interesting topic this summer. I don't have all the answers about where we're headed. We'll do some of that this week in the athletic directors meetings about how it's going to split up, when we're going to play, how many games, and if we're going to play Nebraska, if we're not going to play Nebraska, and all those things will work their way out. But I'll tell you a couple of things about it that put us in a good position. Several of the conferences were scrambling, as we all watched during this process. And our commissioner and staff and the presidents and everybody involved, the thing I will tell you is that there was a very well laid out plan. There was a plan in place if we didn't expand at all. And very well could have come to that because there were three things that had to be in place. We had to have academic fit, athletic fit, and financial fit. And so if this process would have occurred and we would have added anybody, we were fine. it good? Is it bad? I don't know. We'll find out. I will say this. When we added that school out east in Pennsylvania, it seemed to work out pretty well. So if it works out that well this time, adding Nebraska feels as good 10 years from now as adding Penn State, then I'd say I'm all for it, and we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll find out. Stay tuned. We'll find out more on this. Who we're going to play. We know this. Whatever our conference schedule was for next year, it will be shot. We know that we won't be playing the same teams on the same dates that are on your schedule. And then finally, facilities. Some of you have had a chance to go by Hawkeye Arena. It's about 40% complete. Thanks to many of you in this room that have contributed to that project. We're living in a construction zone right now, but it was desperately needed. Thank you again. It's well on its way to be completed next August. We'll be opening a new pool. That's a project that the campus undertook at the Wellness Strength Center. And if you've driven by in Burlington, I think it opens Monday. And if you're in town, you have a chance to tour that. The students are going to benefit dramatically. We'll all benefit in terms of recruiting students to our campus. But obviously, and then inside of that is the athletic department's competitive pool, and some of you have contributed to that. What's next? You've heard us talk about football facilities. When I spoke to the Board of Regents, I told them that eventually that bubble is going to burst. And it's, we need it desperately. We've toured, last summer, Kirk and I toured 6 different facilities around the country. The Board of Regents have given us the plan to go ahead very shortly, probably in the next few weeks. We will know the location and the scope of the project. And then it's just going to take one hell of a fundraising effort. This will be the biggest fundraising effort we take on. But the good news is we've already received $16 million in support, even before the site and the scope of the project had been filed. One of the things that Kirk and I have wrestled with is do we create something to just fix the bubble and then just fix the locker rooms, make them a little bit better than they are today? And that certainly is an option. It was an option. But one of the things that we both want to do, and that's create a legacy that will take care of the next 50 years of Hawkeye football in terms of facilities. So now we just have to pour the pedal to the metal. So we're not going to lock the doors and make you get up on the way out tonight. However, it's just, it's something that we'll be working diligently on here in the months ahead. It's something that I'll thank you in advance. Some of you again in the room have already contributed generously to that project. So that enthusiasm for Hawkeye Athletics is at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high because of you caring so much, whether you're an award recipient tonight or you're somebody that helps us through all the different means. We were out at your iClubs this spring. You helped put those events on. You're our spokespeople out in the state and out across the country. And no matter how you cut it, it just feels great to be a Hawkeye. So thank you.